Cobra Kai, the way of the fist. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Hey guys, Mercy the Mad here, and we've just got a stream today about how to defeat deadly difficulty, unarmed and solo. So I did a stream the other day about my Muay Escher girls fighting unarmed in brutal difficulty. And then during the stream, I lost that save, so we started another gang called the COBRA Kai, and basically they're same thing, unarmed combat, but on deadly difficulty. It seemed to be pretty doable. So I thought I'd up the ante a bit today and go for solo as well. So unarmed, deadly, and we're just going to use one fighter to defeat the enemies. The game will only let you go into a battle with a minimum of 3 fighters. So we're going to have to take at least 3 in there. But but we'll just use the main character, and the other 2 can just kind of like sit back and not do much because they're weak. So without further ado, we'll get into the game. Turn the volume down a little bit. Okay, so here we have Cobra Kai. We've got Grandmaster Kreese in the center there. He's going to be fighting all the battles and doing all the damage. And then we've got his 2 disciples, Miguel and Hawk. Now they're as they're just disciples, they're weak and they're not worthy to fight. So only Grandmaster Kreese will be fighting. Now, unfortunately, you can't go completely solo into the mission. You have to take 2 guys in there. So these guys will go in there, but as they're weak, they'll predominantly just sort of hide in the corner and try to avoid combat as much as possible. I figured since I have to take at least 2 guys in, I'd take in a couple of guys that can actually buff Kreese. So Kreese feeds off the adoration of his disciples. So we've just got a heavy here for tune-up. It's not super helpful, but it gives him 25% armor penetration. So that should be a little bit of help. And we've got Hawk here, who's got Chem Synth. It's just going to give him a little bit more max movement points, and also give him 15% damage absorption, which will be quite helpful because he's got a few other damage absorption skills as well. Basically the rule, it's not really a challenge run. I'm not really about challenge runs so much. I'm more about like role play, homebrew chapters, homebrew gangs, and just kind of like alternate ways to play, I guess, to get more enjoyment out of the game. So, although this is obviously a lot more difficult than just playing the game normally with 5 gangers and stuff, and maybe on a lower difficulty, but it's not so much about the challenge run. Like, I think it should be pretty easy, hopefully. I mean, it's going to rely a bit on luck. We might get killed for sure, but it's not so much about the difficulty. It's just more about the idea of it. I just thought of the idea last night when we were streaming, and it just seemed like a really cool idea to have like a solo fighter going through the missions, trying to stealth around, and there's no actually stealth in this game, but try to avoid line of sight, try not to die, and try to pick off the enemies one by one. So that's what we'll be doing. These other 2 aren't going to help him in the fight, apart from throwing a buff on him at the start. I wanted to do that. You might think of that as kind of cheating. It's not quite solo because these guys are going to buff him, but I just wanted to sort of show the maximum potential of a solo fighter, and getting those extra buffs on them should make him a little bit more impressive. So Kreese doesn't use weapons because of Cobra Kai, the way of the fist. Cobra Kai is not just a martial art, it's a philosophy. It's about not being a pussy, and guns are for pussies. So Kreese doesn't use guns unless he's losing, because if you're losing, Cobra Kai is also about winning at all costs, and rules are for pussies, and Cobra Kai is not about being a pussy. So you know, if he needs to, he'll pick up a gun, a knife, an axe, whatever. But ideally, he wants to, you know, prove his machismo by just defeating his foes with his bare fists. So yeah, he's pretty kitted out. He's not max level, so he can actually get a little bit stronger. But he's pretty much got pretty much got the full kit of everything he needs. Yeah, apologies. I was going to make the next video. I was going to make a skills video, but I just thought this one would be a quick one. That'll probably take longer to do an in-depth look at skills. So I thought this one was just a quick video that I can get out, and it's going to showcase some skill combos that I really like, and yeah, it should be fun anyway. So yeah, so without further ado, let's just check out the build. So stats-wise, agility is a really good defensive trait. It gives you ranged evasion and melee evasion, which is great if you're afraid. But the Cobra Kai is not about being afraid. Cobra Kai is about winning and being tough. So Chris doesn't worry about agility. Agility is a dump stat for Chris, and intelligence. Intelligence is for nerds. Cobra Kai is not about being a nerd. So intelligence is also a dump stat. And ranged aptitude. As a Deadeye, he's got a little bit of range by default, but I haven't put any points into it because obviously he's going to use melee predominantly with his fists. And so everything else, we've just achieved 12 so that we can get the maximum level of the skills that you can get. And we've pumped accuracy. Because fists don't scale very well because you start off with fists and rank 5 fists are still rank 1 fists. It's pretty hard to get increase on damage. So crit is pretty much the only way you can get damage increase with your fists. So yeah, so we're pumping crit. I'll just get into the skills quickly. So we've got I got a few different skills here that affect crit. So we've got Rage Stim. So this is a Goliath only skill. On the third round of combat and thereafter, you get plus 20% melee crit chance. We've also got Readiness. This is a self buff that he's going to put on. It's going to give him 15% extra melee crit chance. And then we've also got Momentum. So as soon as he lands a crit, he's going to get 20% extra crit chance on top of that for every successive hit until the end of the next turn. So yeah, so if he hits on the first round and gets crit, you know, all that turn he'll get crit, or next turn he'll get a crit. You know, by that stage he's probably going to have done another crit, so he's going to hopefully have this up constantly. So yeah, so we should have this is all theory. I haven't actually played this. This is literally the first time I've played this build. So yeah, who knows if this is actually going to work? We might die, you know, straight away. But yeah, so theoretically we're going to have 20% crit there, 20% crit there, and 15% crit there, so we got 55% crit, and then he's also just by default got 20% crit, so should have 75% crit chance. So we should be seeing quite a few melee crits. It's good to see some big numbers. It's always fun. So that's the crit portion of the build. Then we've also got some defensive stats. So he's got Preparation, which gives him plus 20% damage absorption. He's also, of course, going to have 15% damage absorption from Chem Synth when he gets the buff from his student. Then he's also going to have Iron Will that can give him 75% hit resistance and 75% stun resistance. So 75 hit resistance is different from damage absorption. That's the hit resistance is sort of like evasion. That's going to give him more glancing blows, so take less damage. And that also gives him a 50 HP heal that he can use whenever he needs it. Also because of his stats, because of his toughness, which is quite high, he's got 148% increased healing. So when he does that 50 heal, he's actually going to get 125 health. So it's going to be quite potent. But it's only a one-stop, one-use thing. Hit and Run is also a defensive trait for him. So you can use Hit and Run in combination with Charge on a brawler build to kind of like run in, hit them, run away, etc. But how I plan on using this is just for the disengage cost. So basically, this hit and run skill is going to cost roughly the same amount as a normal attack once he gets it maxed out. So this is one of the places where he actually needs to be improved still. Once he gets this maxed out, he'll be able to do hit and run at the same cost as a strike. So yeah, so basically whenever he's getting ready to leave combat, he'll just do a strike. That'll give him minus 20% cost of disengage, and then he can either run away, or because he's a Deadeye, he can shoot his grapple and then, you know, jump away to safety. And we've also got defensive landing, which gives him, which he's going to do a lot of jumps and ascensions. Ascensions is when he uses his grappling hook. He's going to do a lot of jumps and ascensions, so he's pretty much going to have this up most of the time as well, hopefully, which gives him another 20% damage absorption, and that lasts again till the end of next turn. So, so he jumps at the start of this turn, all this turn damage absorption, all next turn damage absorption, end of next turn. So, yes, that's quite good. The only problem with these end of next turn things is that he's going to have extremely high initiative because he has got reasonably high alertness, and he's got no weapons. So weapons normally reduce your initiative, but yeah, he's going to have quite high initiative all the time. So end of next turn, he's quite often, and he's going to go first all the time because, well, actually, I've got 3 players, so I can play around a little bit with that. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, just to finish off this skill thing. So defensive landing. So it gives him 20% damage absorption. Chemsynth gives him another 15, so he's got 35% damage absorption. And then this gives him another 20, so he's got 55% damage absorption. And when Goliaths go into hand-to-hand combat, they get an extra 10% hit resistance, which is also going to give him an extra bit of defensive ability. And oh yeah, it's just his left arm's got armor already, so he hasn't got any. He's only got level 1 armor, so he can still go be better in that area as well. And the grapple just allows him to, ascend, and it does not trigger ambush or Overwatch, which is quite could be quite useful as well. He's going to be quite susceptible to Overwatch. Then in addition, we've got a couple more damage abilities. So we've got Killing Spree. So after his after he kills his first enemy, he'll get stronger. So he's going to get 50% extra melee damage, and then once he kills his second one, he'll get another 50%, so it stacks twice. And Paragon, basically, every time he uses a heroic skill, he gets an extra 20% melee precision, so that just means there's going to be less glancing hits. He's going to do full damage more often. And then in terms of active abilities, he's mainly just going to use Strike, but he's also got this Heroic Onslaught ability, which he'll usually open up with as his first hit, and then that will allow him to get that Paragon activated so that he'll get less glancings with his hits. So I think that's all of the skills. Yep. So without further ado, let's go in and get deadly. So we've got, the choice of battle can sometimes be quite good, quite important. So this one's got six resource things for the enemy to pick up, and it's got 70 total, so it's not quite as lucrative. This one's got only 6 things as well. However, it's got a total of 95 things available. So I'm not really too worried about the rewards. So as a solo build, you're not going to get anywhere near as many rewards as you would with a full build because you can't pick up as much loot, can't pick up as much resource barrels and stuff like that. He does have his 2 students, so they can clean the gym after he's finished doing the lesson and pick up some resources for him. So he should be able to. So in theory, he can pick up all 6 of these barrels. But if it was a larger one that had sort of like 11 barrels or something like that, he wouldn't be able to get all of it. But he's always going to, with 3 guys, you always have enough to kind of get the most resources out of the scenario. Anyway, so we'll, I don't know, just pick one of these at random, I guess. Actually, I think this map might be better for us. Something actually with a lot of verticality would probably be good, but I'm not really familiar with either of these maps, so we'll just get in there and try it out. So ideally we want 2 opponents because that way we can let them fight each other. Yeah, awesome. So we've got 2 opponents here, so Kreese can let the enemies slay each other. Because as mentioned before, we don't worry about honor in Cobra Kai. So this is going to be different kind of gameplay, guys. It's not going to be like get in there and just start doing mayhem to the enemy. It's going to be more like a stealth kind of sneaking around, picking off targets one at a time kind of gameplay. And because he's only a solo character, he's likely not going to have enough damage to kill enemy players in one turn quite often. So he might have to kind of like run in and pick off weakened enemies and stuff like that. All right, go to the chem barrels. Okay, this looks pretty good actually. I like this. I like this map for Kreese. He's going to have a lot of opportunities to kind of jump down, then grapple back up to move around the map quickly and easily, and keep his buffs up. So with that placement, we're gonna the Deadeye. This is a good tip for any battle, but the Deadeye's got his grapple, so he can quickly move away from wherever the location is that you've put him. So if you're not sure where the enemy is going to set up, then you can always start out with your Deadeye, put him down first, and then if need be, your Deadeye should usually have pretty high initiative because if you go, especially if you don't have any weapons. But even if you do have weapons, your Deadeye is usually going to have more initiative than your heavies. So you can put him down and then activate him first to move him out of danger if need be. So the AI tends to usually try to go for high ground, but there's not really any high ground starting positions in this map. So I'm having trouble predicting where the AI is actually going to go. I guess it might go down here because it's close to the resources. But yeah, I kind of feel like one of these type of starting points, like these two, because they're both on the top level, might be the way to go. So I might just set up down here. So a big part of the strategy is going to be just letting the enemies fight each other first. So they're there and there. So they're pretty far away from each other. So potentially they're not going to actually fight each other for a while. We'll put Kreese down here to start with. Hopefully they put all of their fighters. Yeah, that's nice for us. So they're going to hopefully get in combat with each other more. So yeah, now we have to place our other guys. Now these guys aren't as mobile as Kreese, so hopefully the enemy doesn't sort of set up right next to us, because we want these wimpy students to just hide, while Kreese does the work. So we're probably not going to do anything for the first couple of rounds. We'll just let the enemies kind of engage each other. Kreese will get his buffs up, and then we'll look to start doing some work. So we need to activate Kreese first because he wants to get buffed by the other characters. So we'll just put him somewhere that's pretty safe. I think like over here is probably going to be pretty safe. We're on the furthest edge of the map. We're like behind stuff. So yeah, we just don't want anyone to shoot him and start taking his health down before we've even started. So now we do some self-buffing. So he's got readiness, do that on himself. And then he's got preparation. And then that's all the buffs that we need to put on ourselves. And then you can just wait. Alright, got enemy Escher gang here. Actually, like, not too bad. Sometimes the AI comes up with some pretty cool color schemes. Usually they're pretty hideous, but I've actually been encountering some pretty good AI play recently. I was doing a map last night, and the exits were really close to the resources. The resources were on the bottom level, and the exit was within one turn's run of the resources. And the AI was just getting the resources and just bugging out, just taking everything. Normally you think of grabbing the resources as kind of bad play by the AI. When they should be attacking you, but they just like stole all the stuff before I kind of could react. I couldn't kill them fast enough, especially because I was fighting with no weapons. But yeah, so that was, normally I would have thought that was a weak play by the AI and an example of the weak AI. But yeah, I mean, the AI isn't designed just to kill you. The AI is designed to get resources and survive. Like Necromunda is sort of a game of the gang surviving, So yeah, so I thought that was a really interesting example of really good gameplay by the AI. And also noticed that the AI targets enemies that are carrying resource barrels, seems to prioritize them. That's something I didn't include in my AI video, but yeah, that's sort of another tip. Okay, so we're going to use this guy to, when it's our turn, we're going to use him just to buff Crease, and then that's pretty much his job done. Oh, another thing I've noticed about the AI never, it seems like the AI never picks up a resource crate on the first turn. Like the first turn, they always sort of buff, look for different positions, move around the map a bit, set up. And it's all, but on the second turn, it's like game on. The AI is all over those resources. So I think we'll probably see that now as well. Actually, so we need to make sure we don't block Crease in, otherwise he can't do his magic. So yeah, so we're going to do tune up to. So this one's going to. Oh, is it not showing the stats on tune up? I don't know. Anyway, what? Tune up didn't work. Does that work? I feel like it's buffing me instead of him. Let's see. Self or allies. I don't know why that's not working. Alert. Do I? Okay, well, don't know. We'll try and rebuff him next turn. I mean, it's not really important. It's only 25% penetration. These guys don't have much armor. It's like, yeah, it's 25% armor penetration, basically, I think. So it's not going to be super important. Most of these guys probably aren't wearing armor on a lot of their pieces. Okay, so the AI just ran into the other AI player's Overwatch. So this is, Crease loves this. He loves this. His enemies fighting each other, becoming weaker. Yeah, I'm having so much fun with this game. I haven't gotten this into a game for ages. I mean, the AI is buggy. The AI is bad. I'll definitely admit that. But yeah, Rogue Factor's already said that that's the next thing that they're looking at. After that, they've just, there's a few stability issues. They just want to make sure everyone can actually play the game first. But then they said that AI is the next thing they're looking at. So. We can definitely look forward to some improvements on that score, but yeah, even as it is, like, there's definitely a lot of fun to be had with this game. All the different. Just check this guy out now. So he's got. Oops. So got readiness, crit chance, preparation. Yep, chem synth. Yep. He hasn't got tune up though. Yeah. It doesn't say that you need to have a ranged weapon for tune-up, but it's sort of, I mean, you assume that's what it's meant to be about. but it doesn't actually say that you need to have a ranged weapon. So I'm guessing maybe there's a hidden thing there that, you know, tune up only works on ranged weapon. Excuse me, if you have a ranged weapon equipped. Some of these skills that Kreese has got may also not work without a melee weapon, but but all of them say they're on melee attack. There are some other ones like charge, I think. There's a few that sort of say melee weapon that maybe don't work with unarmed. Although at least one of those does work with unarmed still. So yeah, it's a little bit inconsistent. But yeah, I'm pretty sure everything we've got on Kreese. Kreese's build's pretty basic, really. He just hits stuff and he's got heaps of crit. But yeah, that should be enough to hopefully kill some of the weaker gangers and then get some weapons and finish the rest off. But yeah, we may not even need weapons. Once he gets the extra crit going, he might be able to just kill them. If we get a couple of kills early as well, that'll increase his damage by, I think, 100%, which obviously is going to help things. Yeah, so Kreese loves situations where two enemy gangers kind of beat the crap out of each other, and then he can just swoop in with his bat grapple and yeah, kill both of them ideally. Yeah, so we're going to do a bit. We've only got 3 guys, so we're going to be doing a bit of turn skipping, obviously. It'd actually be good if I feel like it should give you the option to skip turn earlier as well, but I guess it's meant to give you a disadvantage for having less guys. I'll edit this video down as well, and yeah, make another video of this later on. I should probably. Yeah, I should have been recording this the whole time. I forgot. That's right. I'll start recording it now. Maybe I can like download some of it from YouTube and get it from there. But yeah, I'll make an edited version of this video later on. So if you know, if you want to watch the full story unfold, then yeah, this is the place to go. If you want to just watch the action with Kreese doing you know, executions on people with his bare fists, then yeah, hang about for that, and I'll pop that up in a few hours. That actually puts a bit less pressure on me, so I don't have to keep talking and being so entertaining for the whole stream as if this is a video. Normally streams are a little bit less energetic. The AI's buffing themselves with ChemSynth. They Escher have a different version of ChemSynth than the Goliath one. The Escher one's not as good as the Goliath and Orlok one, but yeah, it's still good. It gives extra movement. All of them get extra movement. Goliath get damage resistance. Orloks get ranged resistance. And I can't remember what Escher get, but theirs is definitely not as good. I just can't remember what it is now. Yes, this is quite good for us. So the enemy is getting all mixed up. So this is the second round. I would have expected to see some of the enemy players start dropping down and going for the resources. So yeah, it's actually interesting to watch the AI and kind of try to figure out what it's thinking. It's yeah, it's quite a complex job for the AI to. We'll just try one more time to get this buff on. Oh, wrong character. Oh well, we'll just ChemSynth everyone again, I guess. Why not? Actually, can this guy do anything useful? I don't. Yeah, I was thinking about sending him into loot and stuff, but that'll possibly sort of interfere. Oh, here we go. We've got a contender. All right, we better just move this guy in here so he doesn't get shot by anybody. And we can make him squat down. Yeah, so we'll that's what we were kind of looking for, I guess. One fighter that's out by themselves, or ideally a wounded one would have been better, but oh, actually, this isn't even like the best. I could, if I put Slort and Karma on Kreese, he would have been like just absolutely wrecking shop. I should do another video with that. So it looked really cool. So Slort gives you, I think, 70% reduction in the cost of your offensive skills. So you can essentially attack 3 times as often in that round. Just lasts for 1 round. Excuse me. So yeah, and then you get a debuff afterwards. Every time you use it, you get more and more debuff. But you can use another consumable called Karma to get rid of that debuff. So you can basically just fill your inventory with all these drugs and become a combat monster. Yeah, but Kreese doesn't do drugs because Cobra Kai is not about that. Drugs are for pussies. But I'm definitely going to do that. All right, so we'll get this guy going. Oh yeah, if you guys have any ideas about how to improve this build, or you've got any other like cool solo builds, or just any comments really, any comments about the game, particularly about the mechanics, about the skills, that kind of stuff. If you ever want to jump onto one of my streams, I usually stream around 1 p.m. Central European time, roughly around then. It varies quite a bit, like sometimes it'll be like 2 or 3 hours later. This one obviously is at a totally different time. This is kind of a bonus stream, but I'll be streaming again tonight, my time, which is about 1 p.m. Central European time, or I think it's about like 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in America. Okay, so tune up. So offensive target, doesn't say anything about ranged. Gives you plus 25% armor penetration, 300% damage to destructible elements, can target yourself or allies. So yeah, so it says you can do it on anyone you want, and it can work. It doesn't say any restrictions, but yeah, no one got buffed. Yeah, so no one has the buff. Oh well, not to worry. I'm just going to pop on this aura. What does that give him? Blah, blah, blah. Range position, melee position. Yeah, it's not really going to come into it, but he'll just stick here. That way we can kind of see where our guys are. And if he has to run back to defend his weakling students cowering in the corner here, then he'll get a bit of extra precision. But yeah, I don't plan on using that. Oh, don't move away. But is that the guy that was near us? No, I think that's a different character. So yeah, I think there's another Deadeye. So it's going to be Deadeye versus Deadeye. But we're not going to have very many action points, so we're not going to be able to finish them in one round. And oh yeah, I think this is the third round, maybe. Or maybe this is the second round or third round? No, this is round 2. Sorry, it says at the top there, round 2. So next turn he's going to get extra. Okay, that debuff is not great. Okay, so Chris has got 50 AP. He's got this guy that he can go for, that's level 7. Or he's also got that guy up there. Now that guy up there is possibly going to have an Overwatch on. I don't know if I can where are we? No, I can't view their stats through the wall. And I think if we go out there, we're probably going to get Overwatched. I could have used one of these guys as bait, but I guess that wouldn't really be that cool. Yeah, so ideally it'd be good if we could jump down somewhere or something, do leap or something, but yeah, we can't. So we're just gonna have to just run up to the enemy and beat on them, basically, the old-fashioned way. Hopefully we don't cop any other Overwatch shots. We're kind of close to the action here. Actually, we might go around this side. That way we can get a bit of extra occlusion from range shots if anyone tries to shoot us. But the good thing about this as well is that because he's got this barrel, they're going to go for him. Okay, so that's another bug that you get sometimes. Like, see here, it's my offensive things aren't lighting up. I'm not able to get into base to base. So you just kind of move around a little bit, and there we go. We've got it now. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start off with Heroic Onslaught. That's going to get our other buffs into place. But before we do that, we'll just use this. Get a few more action points. And then, yeah, we're going to go both hands Heroic Onslaught. Normal hit, crit. 3 crits in there, 4 crit, 5 crits. 6 crits, 7 crits, boom. Cobra Kai, show no mercy. So yeah, I guess you've just seen how it works. Okay, so we've got a resource barrel here. That's going to provide good kind of bait for the AI, because they're going to want to get that. And we've got some loot here that we could possibly grab. An axe would kind of help Kreese out, but he's not in any danger. Like, he only Kreese only cheats when he's losing, so don't need to worry about that. Run over here. So yeah, Chris is, because after he did that first crit, you notice a lot more crits started happening. So now he's got the crit, extra 20% crit activated, so he should land crits quite a lot. And next turn he's going to have the rage stim come on, which is going to give him more crit. Oh, that was a big crit. That's what I mean. Like, the AI can still be dangerous. Like, just wreck that dude with 186 damage. Yeah, I think some of the heavy weapons can do like hundreds of damage, like 300 damage and stuff like that. So yeah, Kreese has got quite a lot of damage resistance, so he should be okay, especially if he's in melee combat with somebody. Excuse me. Yeah, as mentioned before, Kreese doesn't have any ranged. He doesn't have any agility, so he doesn't have any ranged evasion or anything. Yeah, so that is probably one weakness of this solo build. If there was no other characters in there with him, then he could potentially get debuffed and stuff, and be a bit weaker. But so yeah, I just gotta wait. Okay, so this guy was our next target, so hopefully we'll see if he moves away or what he does. We need to also try and get our pupils a bit further away from the action, I think, because they're drawing a bit of fire. I wonder if the AI was bugged out there. It kind of looks like it might have been. See, I think they are trying to get the resource barrel, which is just on the other side of that, just on the other side of these boxes. It quite often has trouble with that kind of thing. Like, it's so close, it thinks, oh, I can reach it, but it can't. So yeah, they just have to do something about that. A human player would just walk around it, obviously. And if it's actually, it's probably got action points left, so it could just vault over there and grab it as well. Jesus, these characters are doing a lot of damage. Yeah, so yeah, just observing the AI players taking each other out, doing damage to each other. They've killed one or two already. Kreese has already taken out his first opponent. Yeah, so how the AI tends to focus on people, they try and steal the objectives, and if an enemy player has an objective, then the AI will beeline towards that person and try to kill them so they don't get off the map with the objective barrels. And that's kind of like what we need to do as well. If we see somebody grabbing a resource barrel like this guy and just going to leave the map, we need to jump on them and take them out so they don't steal all of our sweet resources. Skip again. Yeah, after this round, we'll move our disciples further away to safety, because they just get in the way and slow Kreese down. His unarmed fists of fury need to fly. We need to execute some more of these Escher. Teach them the way of the fist. Okay, so yeah, as I said, I'd seen this other map where the AI was grabbing the resource barrels, but the exit was really close by, so they were able to just get off the map like within one turn, and they were just stealing all the resources, and it was just, yeah, it was really interesting. The AI just really outplayed me by just getting all the resources and running off with them. So yeah, it's in maps like this where they're a bit bigger and the AI can't make it to the exit in one turn. It doesn't. You don't see what it's trying to do. You don't see how effective it can be. But when the exits are closer, like this other map we did was very narrow and very tall, and the resources were on the bottom level and the exits were on the bottom level. So basically, the AI could just like jump down, grab the resources, and then run off the map in like one turn. And which is what it did, which is what it wants to do all the time. Pretty much. And yeah, it actually worked really well. Okay, here we go. So we've got a new contender. See, I don't know where we want to go here. We don't want to get too mixed up in this, because if 2 or 3 of these guys attack us, we could definitely get dropped. But we do need to kill some more of these guys and show the dominance of Cobra Kai karate. Okay, so we've got this brawler right here who's probably been in ambush stance. So if we trigger that, we're going to get charged. What we could do is grapple up here and then jump down on top of him, because jumping down doesn't trigger charges. Alternatively, we could just wait for him to attack us. Which is a bit passive, but might be a good idea. Maybe we should just get these guys away to safety. I'll just have a quick recon of the map. So what potential targets have we got? So this guy's the obvious target we want to get, because he's probably going to engage us anyway. And he's the closest. So yeah, I think we should be okay, because these 3 guys, these two and these two are going to hopefully be interested in each other. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should go on the offensive, or maybe I'll just tank the damage that moment they go. So yeah, whenever the so yes, this is quite good. The damage the AI is like weakening our opponents. Okay, so we will. I'm tempted to like trigger the charge with this guy just to so that Kreese doesn't take it. That seems like a very Kreesey thing to do, to just throw his students in the way of danger. But yeah, as I said, that's kind of against the rules because we are playing solo. So, and Kreese doesn't cheat unless he's losing. So he's not losing at the moment. So we'll just put this guy up here as far away from danger as possible. Oh, what happened to his aura? Oh, they debuffed us. That's what. Yeah, sorry. The AI threw. I can't remember what it was now. They threw some stun bombs or something at us, which stripped our buffs. Luckily, I don't think Kreese's crit buff had landed yet, because it lands on the third turn, and it's not you can't control it, and I don't know if it reapplies. I think it just applies once on the third turn. So if you get stripped after that, it might be gone forever. Not 100% sure about that. So we might have dodged a bullet there and not got stripped. Can we see what buffs we've got? No, I can't see his buffs right now. We'll check it out with this guy. If he needs the buff reapplied, then this guy can reapply it before he runs off. So yeah, we're just looking at Kreese now. So he's got so he's still got Chem Synth applied, so that's good. He's still got momentum going. He's got Killing Spree, 50% extra damage. And his Rage Stem is now activated. So that's interesting. So I thought it would activate on Kreese's third turn, but it actually activates at the start of the round, so it was already active. But yeah, so he doesn't need to be rebuffed. So this guy can just do what he does best and just run away. These two guys can just hang out together over here. There's so many free kills floating around the place. Okay, so this heavy and high ground probably going to go in Overwatch as well, if there's no resources for it to grab. Tune up, so it's got extra armor penetration. Okay, nice. Didn't do too much damage. So maybe that character that it was shooting at's got high damage resistance or armor. Okay, good. They're not in Overwatch, so that's good. Overwatch is a bit of a problem for Kreese. Okay, so Kreese should be for... Oh, what? Jesus. These characters have got really high initiative. I really want to get into this rumble over here. Oh, she's going to drop someone. Oh, that would have landed hard. I just want to get in there and just wreck shop on the whole bunch of them. See, we've still got this. Still got this guy here. that's potentially going to charge us. Well, maybe not. Charge. Yeah. That's okay. We've got a bit of damage resistance, so we didn't take too much damage. You know, no damage is better, but it would have been better, but that's okay. Alright, feel the pain. So yeah, because the Eschers hit us once, we've got the increased cost of our melee abilities, which is kind of hurting us, but that's okay. So much crits. Oh, no crits. Come on. There we go. Crit. Crit. Yeah, she's done. Crushed. Alright, nice. Got another one down. Now, I kind of want to get in a bit closer to these guys. Get ready to jump them. It might be a bit silly to get so close because they might potentially come after me, but we'll see how we go. Actually, this could be cool. Maybe we'll go first, and then we'll just wreck shop on these guys. I bet it'd be funny if he doesn't get most valuable player, like considering he's going to kill like everyone in the whole map. Alright, we're getting to both of these guys. And then we will... put one here and two here. Crushed. This dude's a boss. He's so beast. It's crazy. Okay, so we could go for one more attack, but I think it's probably a bad idea because this guy's got this axe that just absolutely crushes. Actually, we could put a stun into her, which might... Yeah, like, come on. Let's do it. No, we're having trouble getting the... Okay, so it's bugged out a little bit. It's not letting me... get in melee with this one. What about this one? Yeah, so we can melee this one, but I'm a bit concerned if we kill this one, then the other one's just gonna wreck us. This guy's got any like stims or anything that we want? No. There's bodies everywhere. Opiate extract. What's that all about? Ranged crit resistance. Nah, I don't care about that. No, nothing. Alright, we'll probably just... So we've got purple there, and one red. Yes, there's two reds and two purples somewhere. What do we got here? So we've got one red, one purple. One red, one purple. Okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, I think we probably should just beat a bit of a hasty retreat out of here. And just kind of jump up there maybe. Actually, maybe we should go back down here again. That way we can jump down easily on these guys and finish them off later on. So this guy's trying to boot it to get off the map, and it might be able to get there. There's the exit. Yeah, she's out of there. So you see what I mean? So even though it looked like the AI was being stupid by carrying those barrels when the enemies was going to kill it, you know, it actually succeeded in its mission of getting off the map. Excuse me. So yeah, so potentially I should have probably killed that character to try to, you know, save the loot, but yeah, it was better to preserve. So I'd be interested to see if this one runs off the map with one barrel or if it tries to get two. Yeah, so it wants to get two. So it looks like the AI always tries to get two barrels before it runs off the map. So that's interesting. So if we can potentially kill that one before they get off the map, that would be good. We've already lost two of the six barrels. Yeah, that one's the special one that's worth 20, I think, so we really want that one. Might even be worth... Okay, yeah, so we're definitely going after this guy once it's our turn. Now, what's going on there? Did item management. Maybe it had too many items in its inventory, perhaps. I kind of want to... I'm tempted to go and use these guys to go down there and try and block some of these characters in so they can't run away, but yeah, no, these are useless weaklings. They can't do anything, so we can't do that. What I might do is get them to come back in a bit closer so they're a bit they can potentially loot some stuff after this. Yeah, so the AI is just trying to desperately loot as much as they can right now. She's gonna punch? Yeah. Okay, so this is fantastic for us. So we're gonna have both of these guys and hopefully kill both of them and then take both of their loots. Okay, so this guy is going to run. He's going to run a long way, I guess. So he's going to get back up in the middle just so that he can be close by to loot all of the bodies and stuff once Kreese has done his job. So he's still not going to take part in the actual fighting because he's a weakling and Kreese doesn't need his help. But yeah, he's just going to be ready here to drop down once the fighting stops. Okay, so we'll go Kreese again first. He should be highest initiative. Nice. So yeah, I'll just quickly check Kreese's buffs. So he's got alert. This is one of his alerts. His virtue plus 10 initiative. His range specialist is his talent, which is pretty crap because it does 0% range damage, but he doesn't use ranged weapons anyway. So this character's actually got a lot more potential if he could get some really good vices, virtues, and talents. Gang of Moxie and Over Deadeye perks are not really relevant. So Hardened Brute, when he's engaged, it's -5 AP cost of equipped weapon, so that can be quite useful if he needs to just grab an axe off the ground or something. Chemsynth gives him 15% damage absorption and extra movement. Killing Spree's got stacked twice now, so he's doing double damage in melee. Rage Stim gives him plus 20% crit. Momentum gives him plus 20% crit. As long as he keeps it up. If he ever goes out of combat for 2 turns in a row, then he'll lose it, but that's never going to happen. And defensive landing, he gets plus 20% damage absorption every time he jumps down or goes up. I feel like we lost a buff there, though. Yeah, I feel like we've lost preparation. Still got Chemsynth, haven't we? Yeah. Yeah. So we've lost preparation and readiness. Somehow. I'm not sure how we lost them, but I'm tempted to put them back on, but I think it's so late in the fight that we should just do the damage we can. It's not going to be worth spending the action points at this point. Okay, so who are we going to drop? So we really... this one's the most dangerous one, but this one... Oh, they're neither of them are very dangerous at this point. So we'll go for this one first. I think we'll put two hits into this one. And 1 hit into that one. And that should do the job. This one... What the hell? Looks like we just won't let us target this guy. That's pretty crap. Alright, I don't think I really need this extra hit, but... Okay, well we didn't need the 3rd hit anyway, so I guess that was kind of good. And then we'll use Entrenched to get another hit. So this character seems to have become invincible, and we can't hit them anymore. So that's not ideal. She's going to steal our barrel. This guy's got 2 barrels over here, but he's gone. Like, we aren't going to stop him. And that's pretty much all we've got left. So yeah, there's just 2 purple guys left on the map. We're not going to be able to kill either of them before they get away, unfortunately. So what we'll do is we'll grab this, and then hopefully that will make us more appealing for the AI to attack us. I don't think I can... No. We'll use search. We'll try and steal some items. Yeah, I don't think we can really do anything about that. I think these guys are going to get a movement before we get a chance to do anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's going to make it out. Oh no, she's going to fight me. Okay, interesting. Yeah, see our damage absorption. Even though we copped the full hits on everything, because we've got no evasion, so there was no glancing hits in there pretty much at all. We're just copying every hit. But luckily we've got the that really good damage absorption, so we can yeah, clean everything up. This guy, I guess he should come back around this way, maybe. He doesn't want to get too close because he doesn't want to get involved in Kreese's fight. But, let's see what we can do. Yeah, so as mentioned earlier, the movements as the crow flies. So even though I did this massive loop around here, you can see my movements going up now because I'm going back closer to my starting position. So yeah, I nearly ran out of movement to get around the corner, but now I'm back here and I've only used 26. So then yeah, we came over here, jump, over there. We'll just get this guy nice and close so that once the loot round comes, which should be next round, he can just try to jump down, grab all the loot off everybody, and yeah. I would like to start looting now, but but that might make the AI be more likely to attack him, so we'll just stay up here. This guy's just going to beeline straight off the map, I imagine. Okay, so he's not off the map. It's pretty far away though. I don't think we're going to be able to get over there and kill him. Might just get this guy to start looting some stuff. I think he's pretty safe now. So yeah, these things all empty or what? That's got loot in it. Loot. 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 Okay, so they're all full of loot. We'll get him to go and check out some of these loot caskets. Where are we going? So there's one here. Okay, that was not really worth anything. Then there's one over here. It's a good thing about having no weapons is that you've got your full inventory plus both hands to pick stuff up. So that's quite good. I mean, obviously your damage is not quite as high when you don't have any weapons, but yeah, looting, it's definitely good. I guess you can't quite make it. Okay, so we're in combat. Oh shit. Kreese is dead. Okay, so I could have used Iron Will last turn, but I decided not to, so that was foolish. Oh well. But yeah, he could have easily survived that. Unfortunately, he didn't. Yeah, so there's a bit of luck involved. I'll have to do a retry of this run now. That's kind of ruined everything. Oh well. Hopefully it still demonstrated the theory. I might just do another one and so I wonder if his students should now come in and have a crack. They'll probably get their butts kicked as well because they're weak. Yeah, she's because she's the leader. She's got the powerful skills as well. 6. I don't think we're going to. He hasn't really got anything useful. She's got the that perk that makes her harder to hit. Yep. So maybe we should have taken fearsome presence or whatever it is instead of that other defensive perk that he took. Sport, nice. Alright, yeah, we have to do another run of this, and this time bring Slort, and just absolutely annihilate the enemies. Do it properly. How much AP we've got left? 40. Okay, they've all been looted. Okay, he's we're not following the rules anymore, obviously, because you only follow the rules when you're winning. So this guy, yeah, no, we're not going to win this. This is searching Crease's body. Ignominious failure. Joke's on her though, Crease didn't have any equipment. So I would really love to get her. I'd really like to get that crate off her, but I don't think it's doable. Let's check what other round she's on. So she's on level 4. Where is she? Did I just go in the wrong elevator? Oh man. Alright. Okay, so try and get on that side. Actually, we could use Slort, but it's probably not worth it. So Slort gives 70% reduction of offensive skills, but it costs us 15 AP. So we would essentially, yeah, it'd be worth it. We'd do more damage, but I don't think it would be enough to kill her anyway. But we've got to try. We've got to try. Cobra Kai is all about winning. All right. Okay, so that's interesting. So it's additive. So she's got a trait, Fearsome Reputation, that gives you plus 100% cost of all melee offensive skills. So I thought it was going to be multiplicative. So it was going to be, so plus 100% meant that it cost 30 to do a single hit. And I thought that the 70% was going to be multiplicative, making it, oh, it actually would have been around the same, I suppose. Yeah, so I'm not sure if it is multiplicative or additive. So 70% of 30 would have been around 19, I guess, 18 or 19. Whereas plus 100 minus 70 would be plus 30%. And 30% of... Oh, no, so it is multiplicative, I guess. Because if it was additive, it would be 20. No, it wouldn't be. Is it the same? I think it's the same. Anyway, maths, not good at maths. Is that it? Crap. I got a stun on her. I don't think that's going to be enough to kill her, unfortunately. I'll just have a quick look at the map again. See what we can do here. So this guy has got any gear. So there's 4 items in their backpack. I really want to try and win this fucking match, but oh yeah, so we kind of wasted that slot, which is annoying. Alright, so we get this brute cleaver. And then we'll try and get an attack off for her. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. Damn it. We had one more hit, we could have done it. Alright, I think that's it, we lost. So, nominal victory. So, well, I guess that's sort of... I mean, technically, I did win it with this... Yeah, sort of, not really. So yeah, so that was kind of like a limited, it was a nominal victory. So Kreese died, He could have lived though. I think I just played that a bit badly. Yeah, Kreese died, but his students avenged him, so that worked out okay. But yeah, obviously I think we're gonna have to do another one, and this time we're gonna have to make sure that Kreese actually wins, or Kreese 2. Maybe the old Cobra Kai, the way of Kreese, is not the way. Maybe Johnny's way is the way. We need to make a new guy. Anyway, that's probably all for this video, guys. I can quickly show the loot. So this is a really bad loot. Normally we would get a heaps more loot than this. But even so, we've got quite a bit of money here, so we can rebuild. So that'll be fine. Anyway, I'll end the stream here, and I'm going to just probably start another stream immediately again and try and do this again. Or not immediately, but a little while later, and try and do this again, and this time show off a victorious mission. All right, so that's all I got for now, guys. Thanks.